We will begin the next question with Mr. Montalvo. Do you think the recent cuts in education programs were necessary?
Last year, there were a lot of cuts in the budget for education. This year, were they necessary? Not being on the board at the time, I don't have that complete information. But this year, I know that we have introduced all but one of the things that were cut last year. Thank you.
Mr. McElhenney?
Look, no one wants to cut programs. We don't want to take anything away from the kids. However, I do have an understanding that there are times where something has to give, and cuts, unfortunately, have to be made. And as a board member, I would make sure that I'm part of a big part of the conversation as to what gets cut, why, and how it's going to affect our children. I also know that those cuts are, and all but one of those cuts are coming back in this year's budget, so that is a terrific thing. But again, it's an unfortunate part of the state of affairs that we're living in. Sometimes cuts have to be made. You can make the analogy to our own households. Sometimes we can't go out to dinner all the time. Sometimes we have to make those choices. So it's hard. It's hard. And but I am happy to hear that they are coming back. Thank you.
Mr. Kleinberg?
I don't believe all of the things that were eliminated are coming back. The 9-period day that was eliminated at the middle school, that's not coming back in next year's budget. And that means 40 weeks lost of foreign language, 30 weeks of literacy, 20 weeks of music, 20 weeks of art, and on for those middle schoolers. By cutting the 6th grade full-year foreign language to a 10-week program, the practical effect is that our kids are a year behind. They can no longer take an 8th grade Regents foreign language class, and that's less than other school districts are offering. It's a global economy. We all hear that, and we're cutting this out. And what kid doesn't think it's cool to all of a sudden be able to speak a little Spanish or French or Chinese? We have to engage them. We have to capture them. Foreign language, arts, music, science, math and English matter, but not to the exclusion of everything else.
Mr. Montalvo? I'm sorry, Mrs. Gorin.
I feel that sometimes budget cuts are necessary. Unfortunately, the government, with the gap elimination adjustment, they owe us millions upon millions of dollars that the district had no choice but to make cuts. Yes, things went back, and it's great that we did put a lot of what was cut back. Just as Adam said, the 9-period day would be a wonderful thing to put back. Hopefully, if the state gives us the money that we deserve and our fair share, that we would be able to put more back into programs. We need to ensure that at anything that gets cut, we want to try to affect the least amount of students when anything is cut. But just like with anything, depending on the times, we have to make sure that, again, we cut to the least amount of students, but make it most effective. And we have to understand that cutting is a part of life, but that we want to make sure that whatever it is, that we try to bring it back when possible. Thank you.